So this movie from the late 90s is, overall, from the outside, looks almost like a TV movie. I mean, I've seen something similar. I think it was the other one with the shoe. Who was she again? Was that Sleeping Beauty or someone else? Yeah. Anyway, there was another. Yeah, I'm not sure if I commented on it. But yeah, I mean, I saw anyway the all the criticism. And most of it is ridiculous, honestly. Just and I mean, I'm saying this, having formed my opinion pretty much before I read the reviews. But so I mean, I personally liked it, not tremendously, but I didn't mind it at any rate. It's one of those things. I said that didn't bore me per se. I think the other one that I mentioned earlier might have bored me slightly more. I'm not sure. It's been a few years now at any rate for them. But yeah, it's an interesting contrast. Let me say. I mean, and honestly, the reviews are ridiculous. That and like half of them are about her voice. I mean, so how ridiculous is that? It's not like her voice is something that she can change. That those are utterly ridiculous and should be totally discounted. I mean, who cares? I was fine. I mean, who cares? So, and obviously, some of them were talking about her other sitcom, which I haven't seen. So this was sort of new for me in this sense. I still cannot believe that there's so-called professional reviewers. I'm just critical about an actor's voice. Like seriously, professional that they're getting paid for this nonsense. Utter nonsense. I swear, I just cannot believe. Anyway, so I'm not saying it was tremendously entertaining, but and as far as rom-coms go, I've seen so many stale ones. There's so many boring. Cookie cutter, pretty much. Rom-coms that they just clearly copy from each other and such. Now, I don't know if there's anything like it. Just like people keep on kind of saying, "Oh, obviously it was supposed to be inspired by King and I and Beauty and the Beast," but obviously they're not identical or anything. So as far as that goes, I haven't seen specifically something like this. Where someone goes to another country and that person, they try to hitch with a dictator. It's innovative in the sense. I mean, obviously, Beauty and the Beast itself could be sort of seen like that, but it wasn't exactly a country, more of a castle, and the creature was actually a beach. But anyway, other than that, though, I might have seen King and Guy, but a long time ago, so I don't really remember it at all or anything. Yeah, I think I've seen it on some sort of ship about 2 decades ago. I don't know honestly if I did or not. It's one of those things when you watch something so long ago. Anyway, so with regards to this movie, though, I thought it was interesting the way it tackled everything. You know, in terms of what happened. I mean, some people describe it as sort of an awkward relationship. But I'm not saying it's not. It doesn't. Certainly, they don't all need to be fiery or whatever. I mean, rom-coms ideally focus on the comedy, as I always say, and this one didn't do that terribly, but it still didn't focus on the romance, apart from the end, obviously. And it does do that, but that's just a few minutes. So it didn't so much. What it did focus on, though, is kind of. I mean, obviously there is some inherent comedy in the dialogue, but not a lot either. So it's just rapid sort of things that she says, and it's mostly just she that has any sort of comedy within. Not really anyone else really. Yeah. So I'm just saying, yeah. It's I think the best scene was when she was she suddenly ended up on a on a box or whatever it was, and try to get them to unionize and everything. Now that was a bit eerie to see. Obviously, this is from the late 90s, but she was elected as a actors union uh, president. So yeah, it's almost like it was prophesizing it. I'm honestly surprised no one mentioned this movie and this scene specifically anywhere, as this whole thing was going on recently. When it comes to the recent strike, with regards to SAG-AFTRA strike. Yeah, I mean, she is a bit odd though. Overall, I cannot believe. I mean, she was elected after she said some really bizarre things about the pandemic. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd sort of situation too. So it's she. But whatever. I guess she might have been effective as a unionist, I suppose, and that's ultimate. I don't know. I mean, as long as she's effective at what she does, I'm guessing if she wasn't, they wouldn't retain her. I mean, that's the funny thing. I think I first saw her in some video, um, giving a speech to the union. Um, that's pretty much it. I don't think I've seen her anywhere else before now. Before this movie. Uh, so yeah. So obviously she changed quite a bit from the 90s, quite. But yes, funnily enough, though, IMDb has her younger version, younger photos, so it's a bit, yeah. But no, I don't think I've seen anything else that she was in here. From what I remember, it's always about this nanny thing, and uh, um, yeah, so 76 though, so that's quite a lot of acting, I guess. 76, but I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think so. At least I haven't noticed her before. Maybe. So just realized IMDb actually put put one's own ratings on actors' pages. I just realized it. I mean, I used to use a script to get the same function. The script stopped working, and now I think I mean, because I can see it on not on a device which has the script. So I'm assuming the script is irrelevant now. So she once voiced something in The Simpsons. I might have or might have not seen the episode, but apparently she voiced a female golem. Very interesting. Not sure why, but yeah. So I can easily see whether. Yeah. Actually, just before I watched this movie, I watched The Big Picture, which she was also in. So that's nearly a decade before, so she was a bit younger, yeah. I think I preferred her there, but well, I certainly preferred her um, over Kerry. Kerry, was it? No, was it Jim Carrey? I think it was, wasn't it? Was it? No, was it? I swear, it was really unfunny if he was. No, Kevin Bacon. I don't know why I got them confused. Yeah, no, he really wasn't funny there. In The Big Picture, he just wasn't. I mean, I'm assuming they didn't intend for him to be funny. But I'm not sure why they called it a comedy. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I only saw her first there technically. She only has a bit part there, so. And I've seen her in this movie, which is she's the protagonist. So, yeah, other than that, but I did though technically see her first in a non-movie format in this speech that she gave. I really had no idea before. It's not like I sought her out. It's really weird how this happens. Just I started watching movies, and I watched them fairly randomly. And she's just there. Somehow she was there twice in relatively close succession. So, It's quite strange how it happens, and uh, actually, it's a bit weird how ended up choosing some movies lately. It's maybe a bit alphabetical, but it's not like I'm going literally one by one or anything. So still a bit random, but still a bit alphabetical. So anyway, otherwise, so this and yeah, I haven't, by the way, just like anyone cares. I'm assuming, but I don't think I've ever seen the other actor either. I know I read that he played James Bond before, so I'm assuming it's a much more renowned role for him. I literally have never seen James Bond. Uh, I mean, I guess at some point. I mean, I watch any movies really, but it's not something I mean that I'm terribly interested in either. Pretty sure I wouldn't have a high opinion of it. That might be, I mean, I guess prejudging it, but from what I've read and heard, at any rate, it seems to be idiotic. So anyway, just the movie though. This movie wasn't as bad as I mean. I just cannot believe the raspberries. Like I know rom-coms generally are bad, and generally they might be nominated for Raspberry Awards, but I mean, I don't think this was the worst rom-com I've seen. I've seen worse, is all I'm saying, which isn't much, Obviously, I'm not saying this is like one of the best movies or anything. So at best, it's an average sort of rom-com that I've seen, which isn't much, Although saying that, I don't know. I think the average would be even worse, technically. Rom-coms generally tend to, like, I've recently seen a rom-com that actually impressed me for somehow. Actually did. What's it called? Something about time or such. Yeah, I think about time. And somehow it was impressive. I mean, it actually had an interesting plot. I've commented a bit about it elsewhere. So I didn't like this as much as I like that, but it was still an interesting thing. I mean, I personally have never seen this setting before. So as far as setting goes, I'm not sure what they were trying to go with there. I'm assuming with regards to what they're supposed to emulate there. I'm assuming that they were trying to sort of go both sort of spectrums there. I'm not sure why. If you know what I mean, when it comes to, yeah, so I don't know, because, mm, I don't know, anyway, it was its own thing, isn't it, Transistria, or whatever it was called, is its own thing, it's an invented language. Seriously, though, as a rom-com tries to invent a language, I mean, I don't think it invented much, but that's something, right? I mean, certainly you don't find that sort of thing in many places, so, and I mean, ultimately, it's not the most riveting story, but what it is okay, So I'm just saying, and it's very difficult to take any of the reviews seriously when they complain about her voice. I mean, you'd think, considering she did a whole sitcom before. Now, I know the movie seems like a sitcom, but personally, I'm not sure what the complaint is there. I mean, so yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's not even what I usually, comment about usually. Okay, yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know honestly what the difference is between a sitcom or movie or whatever. But yeah, the point is, they she had a whole series stuff. Surely they should have had enough time to complete her voice there. I'm assuming she just constantly. I mean, an article even said she just whines. I mean, it's just her voice. It's ridiculous, right? It's the most ridiculous complaints about. Like, it's one thing to say, yeah, it's derivative of the. Even that is slightly more legitimate, even though it's still not really very relevant. If a movie is entertaining in itself, in my opinion. I mean, they're not exact copies usually, unless they are, of course. I've seen remakes, but anyway, like the Pure Luck thing remake. This was okay though. It was an okay movie. I mean, it entertained me at least. So whatever else, really, whatever.